All right, so now that we're back and connection has been reestablished, sorry about that, guys. I don't know what that was. It was a weird thing to happen. But anyway, so now that we talked about Vision, we're gonna go ahead and talk about Iron Man. He is next up on this one. He is number 1 for the set. He has 2-point lines, 150 and 50, has the Avengers keyword, has the Avengers, Stark Industry, Armor, and Scientist keywords. Then he has a improved targeting, ignores hindering, has that Keep It Moving Avengers trait, which isn't too bad. Then he has a special on his damage that he has for his entire dial, which is routing the power where it's needed, perplex, but only to target himself. When Iron Man uses perplex, he may modify 1 combat value +2 or 2 combat values +1 instead. If he does, after resolution, deal him 1 unavoidable damage. At 150 points, so that's all he has. Then he has an 8 range single target. At 150 points, he has a 10 movement with running shot, flight ability, 11 attack with nothing on it, 18 defense with impervious and indomitability, and 3 damage with that special. And then, so for 150 points, I'm just going to spend an extra 15 points and use the Pick a Power one from Avengers Defenders War. But at 50 points, I really like this guy a lot. He starts off with a 9 movement with sidestep, 10 attack, 17 defense with invulnerability, and that 3 damage. You're only getting 4 clicks, but you get that special perplex. This is a pretty good Iron Man for 50 points. I really think he's solid. This is one of the 3 I was talking about. He's not going to be a game changer or anything like that, especially since the perplex is only to target himself. But you figure you can get him up to a 12 attack or a 5 damage. And there's enough figures out there that heal friendly characters automatically 1 click. And then there's also the Jane Fosters of the world that are really good healers and stuff like that. So next up, we are going to take a look at Hawkeye. This guy, to me, he really steals the show. He is fantastic. Let me see here. We got a couple people watching right now. The couple people that are watching, please make sure to share this video. We got the live streaming hiccup taken care of, so should have a pretty solid connection now. Yeah, so the Hawkeye here. He is number 4 in the set. He is 50 points, has the Avengers team ability, has the Avengers keyword, has that Keep It Moving Avengers trait, has 1 special, which is called Curved Arrow. Power. Make a ranged attack. Hawkeye may draw a line of fire to the target from any square within his range and line of fire, but that target must still be within his range. That is a phenomenal power. So anybody within 9 squares, unless they're totally inside of a box, a barrier, or barrier and blocking, he's going to be able to hit them. This guy's great. He's only 50 points, has a 9 range single target, which is just, in today's day and age where 6 seems to be the average, that's pretty long. Has an 8 movement with sidestep, 11 attack with that special, 17 defense with willpower, 2 damage with range combat expert. Now you can't use the curved arrow and range combat expert, but there's enough guys that can help him. I'm thinking probably Thunderstrike. What's his name? Thunderstrike's alter ego that has enhancement and the power action perplex to get this guy up to a 3 damage, 12 attack, or 4 damage, 11 attack at only 65 points. This guy is, you cannot ignore him at 65 points. And then at 50 points. Yep, that's it. Eric Masterson. Thank you, Happy Little Heroclix. And anybody that's watching right now, make sure to give Happy Little Heroclix a sub over there, because he's got a really good channel over there. Pretty cool guy, too. So, alright, so next we're going to talk about Black Widow from the Fast Forces set. She is 50 points, Avengers keyword, Avengers and Spy keywords. I'm sorry, Avengers team ability. I keep saying keyword. Has improved movement, ignores characters. Has that trait, keep it moving, Avengers. Then she has a special, which is keep them off balanced on her movement. And it is stealth and sidestep. She has a 4 range, dual target. Starts off with 9 movement with that special. 10 attack with in cap. 17 defense with combat reflexes. And 2 damage with close combat expert. The sidestep and stealth are going to be really helpful for her to get a lot out of non-stealth busters with that +2 to close attacks on her defense, and I love multi-target in cap. So I like her. I don't love her. She's definitely better than the main one in the set. So I could see some people using her. Although, I mean, that Hawkeye, if all you have is 50 points, that Hawkeye is going to take her spot 10 times out of 10. Let me see here. Next one we're going to talk about is Black Panther. He is not too bad. He is number 2 in the set. Comes in at 50 points, has the Avengers team ability, Avengers, Wakandan, and Warrior keywords, and has improved movement, ignores hindering terrain. He has that keep them off balance special on his movement, like Black Widow did, and the keep it moving Avengers trait. He starts off with a 4 range single target, 9 movement with that special, 10 attack with Blaze Claw's Fangs, 17 defense with super senses, and 2 damage with outwit. Overall, he's not bad. I was on Dial H with Heroclix for their podcast that they just released, and we were talking about this, and I like the 30.1 more from Avengers Defenders War, but this one's not bad. This one's sort of like if they took the both shifting focuses from that Avengers Defenders War one and melded them into one dial. This is what you would get. So he's not bad when you're looking at him, but if you're willing to do the shifting focus trait and have some stuff while not the other on particular turns, for 20 points less, I would take the other one, but this one's not a bad one to go. Plenty of good Black Panthers nowadays to choose from, and this is just another one to toss on there that everybody's going to like. And so next, we have the one that probably everybody's been waiting for, and it is Giant Girl. This one's great. She's number G001 in the set. She has 4 different point lines, 300, 150, 50, and 10. She has the Celebrity and Avengers keywords. She has 2 traits. One is Colossal Retaliation. I'm my own woman. Free. Choose an opposing character that attacked Giant Girl or damaged a friendly character since your last turn. Place Giant Girl such that she can make a close attack targeting a chosen character, then do so. She may activate this in addition to any other Colossal Retaliation used this turn. That is unique to her. Normally you can only do 1 Colossal Retaliation per character. I'm going to talk about how this is super broken after we get through the other stuff. She has that keep it moving Avengers trait is her other trait. Then she has a stop click on her last click, which is on her defense, and it's Colossal Indifference, stop, toughness. If Giant Girl began the game on the 10-point starting line, she can't attack smaller characters except via Colossal Retaliation. At 300 points, she's not awe-inspiring. At 150, she's not awe-inspiring either. 50 points, she's not bad. 9 movement with charge, 10 attack, super strength, 18 defense, toughness, 3 damage. Colossal symbols, not bad. But her showstopper is at 10 measly points. You get 7 movement with sidestep, which is pretty good. That's 9 able to move 9 squares with a colossal is a lot. 10 attack, 18 defense with that special, and 2 damage with close combat expert. Now, that's only 2 damage, but she's only 10 points. She's not a unique. She's not a prime. I want to get 10 of these and dare my opponent to attack anybody. And then just have some type of mass perplexer like Yellow Jacket from the Civil War storyline OP kit. Just perplex everybody up that's around them, like sort of a global perplex. and just go to town. She's just great. There's 100%, not 100%, but I'm going to say a strong likelihood that there's going to be an errata to her to make her unique. It's too powerful to leave that many, and especially that she's only 10 points. If you had 10 of her on your team, that's only 100 points. You still have 200 points of chicanery that you can run. It's just silly. I mean, if you run a Surtur with her, or the Wasp, Heart of the Avengers with her, there's just so much. You know, that 2 damage isn't much, but there's enough perplexers out there that are really going to be able to help, you know, get that up to a 3 or a 4. I think if you can, pardon me guys, if you can get that up to a 4, man, it's going to be so good. And then especially if you're using that Wasp Part of the Avengers where they get -1 of their defense for each one that hits. It's so dirty and so fantastic. Yeah, happy little Heroclix is on to it. Make it take up the whole map for your starting area. She's just, I know I'm going to try to get 10. I can't. I want to say 15, but it's just going to be. It's going to be hard to get. I don't want to have to buy that many starter sets, and I don't think people are going to be too willing to trade her away. So that is the preview portion of what we got here. So welcome the people that are joining us. Feel free to share this. Go ahead and have fun in the chat. If it seems like I'm lagging a little bit behind on what you're saying, there is a slight delay between what you're seeing and what I'm saying, just to help the integrity of the stream. But anyway, so what we're going to do now is we are going to look at the 2018 Heroclix Worlds that were announced today. So let me go ahead and flip this around so that you guys can see. And so here we are. It says 2018 Road to Heroclix World Championship. And welcome to 2018 Heroclix World Championship. WizKids is pleased to announce that this year's World Championship will take place at PAX Unplugged, hosted at Pennsylvania Convention Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Prepare to do battle in 4 World Championship events: Heroclix, Dice Masters, and Star Trek Attack Wing. Play amazing games, compete in side events, win rare prizes, purchase convention exclusives, and go for the World Championship crown at the biggest WizKids gaming event of the year. All right, so let's try to let's see. You know, when, if I'm gonna play in the Worlds, when is it? Event schedule, World Championship qualifier. Okay, to be announced. I don't know when I need to play for that yet. World Championship. Okay, we don't know when that's going to be at either. What about a side event? They got to know that. No, that's to be announced. Exclusives for sale. All right, we got a Blackbird for $50. We got the Thanos Copter for $50. Colossal Starro for $70. Batman Commissioner Gordon, $15, and that looks pretty cool. They just had that today. I'll do that in a different live stream. And Star Trek Away Team Kirk and Uhura for sale. Okay, event schedule. They got to know at least what days these are going to be. Oh, no, they don't. They just know that it's November 30th through December 2nd. So we're going to have this convention the week after Thanksgiving. Okay, but let's go ahead and take a look at something here. Let's take a look at what they said when they updated us on National and World Championship. Let me see here. Recently announced that they're moving it from Origins. For the past 2 years, WizKids has received feedback that U.S. Nationals and Worlds will be separate from U.S. Nationals, so it can be special in some way, separating them by a weekend on the calendar year where players can get together with their friends, play some of their favorite games. We're not just moving Worlds from Origins, we're moving it out of the summer and moving it out of the Midwest to the East Coast. While we're not quite ready to announce the venues and specific dates, we're looking forward to moving our World Championship into a local venue of some players for the first time. All right, so what it looks like here is that they just flat out lied that it wasn't going to be a local venue because everybody said don't go to PAX. And everybody said don't go to PAX because PAX, let's flip this around. Because PAX doesn't, I mean, PAX generally sells out pretty quickly. Uh-oh. Well, anyway, I'm sorry. I'll figure it out. He sounded like an announcer for an event. All right. Anyway, so what it looks like is that all of the stuff that they told us before was a lie. It's going to be at PAX, which means it's going to be at in Philadelphia at a terrible time of the year. Because if you've ever tried to get into there, it's almost always snowing. Now in November it might not. There's a slight chance that it might not. But I'd be hard pressed to guarantee that. And Happy Little Heroclix is saying that the Unplugged doesn't sell out very often. Or doesn't sell out as quickly as the plugged ones for the gaming or video game ones, which is possible. But Philadelphia is still an expensive city, and you're traveling at a time of the year where travel's expensive because it's the holiday season. Hotels are expensive because it's the holiday season. And then the food and just everything in Philadelphia is more expensive. I have to go there at least once a year for work. And luckily I get reimbursed for everything, because if I had to just pay that out of my own pocket, it's too expensive to go. It would be nigh impossible for me to get there. And I would just say that time of the year, unless you have an extremely understanding family, nobody with a family is going to be able to really get to this. It's too much. And I don't understand why it wouldn't be at a venue. Like, there has to be a venue. You always see that there's games being posted, on the Win for like places in the suburbs of Philadelphia. If you really wanted to have it in Philadelphia, and I understand why, if you watch Starting Over podcast with Dark Logos, he got into it one time about that, basically that's where WizKids is. So as far as distributing the Heroclix from there, it's inexpensive for them to move their product around. So if we're looking at it from that perspective, they should have had it at a venue that was near, like in the suburbs of Philadelphia, so that it wouldn't be as expensive to stay there as it would be in the city at the convention center, like somewhere near it. It's bad. And I don't know why you would move it to, why would you willingly move it between the large American holidays of Thanksgiving and Christmas? Christmas isn't just an American holiday, but Thanksgiving is. Why would you move it to there? So basically, conventions are not cheap to go to anyway. You got your, for me, I'm pretty lucky. Like if I was able to go, it's a 6-hour drive for me from Pittsburgh to Philadelphia. And then, you got your hotel, so that's gas money, and gas was $3.09 today when I filled up my tank. And then you also have your hotel stay, and if you're staying in the city, it's going to be over $100 a night for literally anything. And then you have just eating and stuff like that. And you're not going to just walk somewhere and find a McDonald's in Philadelphia. You're spending at least $20 a meal or more. So it's a poor decision the whole way around. I don't like how this is being handled. Given that it's not very far away, this is, what is this, May? It's going to be hard, even that we're this far out from the end of November, beginning of December, it's going to be hard to get a plane ticket at any type of a reasonable cost now, for people. This is just bad the whole way around. Hopefully, it gets poor enough attendance that you know, maybe some people will see that this was a bad decision, and they'll move it to somewhere else. I don't. Having it around the holiday season is just bad in general. If you're gonna have it here, you know, like between Thanksgiving and Christmas, you might as well just move it to after January 1st. And, you know, maybe look at having it sometime in February and shifting around your WizKids Opens and having your WizKids, you know, your February WizKids Opens in November then. You know, just do it something like that would make more sense than what they're doing. Let me see here. All right, and let me see here. The Noob Gray, while I appreciate your comment, we can't have swearing on here, so it's just going to stay hidden. But I appreciate your comment and agree with it. Let me see here. I'm just looking at some of the comments here, guys. Yeah, I agree with Happy Little Heroclix. That they, you know, they're probably just trying to show that, you know, they're at a big place. That's all. Yeah, I mean, it could be nice on Twitch. I don't know what they're gonna do with that, but anyway, so you guys let me know in the comments how you feel about this. I don't really like being lied to. There wasn't a need to lie in the beginning and say that it was going to be at a venue. Like, you don't just wake up one day and decide you're getting a booth at PAX. Like, you could have said before Origins, you know, before they even started with all this Origins stuff, hey, we're having it at PAX this year. Why would you delay your announcement almost 2 months? I don't understand why you do that. And I don't know. I just don't like it. But anyway, these are the previews. We already went over the previews, so hopefully you guys enjoyed those. If you guys want me to do a live stream of my unboxing for this week of Avengers Infinity, make sure to do that in the comments below if you're watching this on playback or in the live chat. If I can get 10 people to say they want it to be a live stream, it will be a live stream, and we'll have a ball doing it. I'm really looking forward to this set, actually. I was pleasantly surprised. A lot of figures I didn't know, or was kind of like, meh, I don't really care about this figure. But the dials themselves are pretty interesting, and I'm excited for all that stuff. Don't worry, don't worry about the bad word. I grew up with a Marine, so I don't actually care about it. But you know, some people are sensitive. Favorite figure I'm hoping to open. Ooh, that's going to be so tough. That's a tough answer. I really want Unseen. I really want Heart of the Avengers Wasp. I really want Title Cap. The chases seem good for the points, but I'm not super excited for any of them. I guess Tiger would probably be my least favorite one. Let me think here. Who else? Oh, Pip the Troll. I need me a Pip the Troll in my life for that 2-carry Battle Fury. Oh, that's going to be silly. And then what else? Jack of Hearts is a good one. I can remember that was one of the first clicks I got when I first got in the game, was the Jack of Hearts from Armor Wars. And he wasn't great, but he was fun. Alright, I will make sure if I get one, Happy Little Heroclix, and you do not, I will trade it to you. But other than that, that's pretty much all I have. If you guys are looking for the next sets, which is going to be Batman the Animated Series, I believe LuckyDiceCafe.com has pre-orders up for that already. Very competitive pricing. Great guys over there. And I would say that even without them sponsoring the channel. And you also will be supporting the ROC, which is, you know, if you're really mad at how WizKids is running their tournaments, that's who you would try to endorse and hope that they emulate them a little bit. Right? That's the thing that has, you know, competition makes it so that everybody does better. But all right, guys. Well, thank you for joining me. We had a lot of interactions on this live stream. A lot of people. Sorry for the hiccup in that first 5 minutes. Don't know what happened, but luckily we got it fixed. That's all I have for you guys today. As always, please remember that it's only critical miss if you don't have probability control.